Dr. Craig Manning here with The Fearless Mind. I've just finished a coaching session. This is often what the whiteboard looks like after I've done a coaching session. I'm very visual, and I just wanted to go through this. This is what's come up with all my executive professional business clients this week. This positive and negative intelligence. I know we've talked about it a lot, but just really understanding the implications of it. As I went through this coaching session, the more we focus it, if we focus on negative, and we keep feeding it in our conscious and it gets in our subconscious, it's accumulating negative intelligence. That's figuring out what not to do. Think about the Thomas Edison example. He first figured out what not to do. That does not automatically mean you know what you need to do. He actually went through 200 times how the light bulb didn't work. 200 times, so he's accumulating a lot of negative intelligence. That's information. Now, is that knowledge? You know what? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't know if that's knowledge. To me, I like to think of knowledge as knowing. It's what knowledge really is written in the word, knowing what to do. Knowing what not to do, maybe that still is knowledge. I know this debate has come up with my clients. Maybe that's a form of knowledge, a form of intelligence. But here's what I do know. Knowing what not to do does not mean Thomas Edison knew what he needed to do, meaning he was skill deficient. You're not acquiring skills by accumulating negative intelligence. Positive intelligence is knowing what we need to do, what works. That's where you're acquiring that knowledge, or more important, that's where you're acquiring skills. The more skills, which is the black lines, the more skills you get in your subconscious, which is your muscle memory, the more efficient the human being you'll be. If you condition a predominantly more negative than positive intelligence, and this is just what happened to a client. As I was asking this individual, so what went well this week at work? What did you do well? His first reaction was negative. He focused on what he did wrong. Then, so that's actually would be in the conscious, he focused first on what he did wrong. Then he had to stop and change that to what he needed to do about it. Now that hasn't done any damage to the subconscious. It's actually got rid of, if you do that, it's got rid of that negative thought. But how much time did that take? How much did we lose with efficiency? If that's how you always process, you're wasting valuable time to focus on what you're doing wrong and then figure out what you need to do. Wouldn't it be better if we conditioned a mindset to when somebody asks you anything, your default setting isn't to go to the negative, your default setting is first go to the positive. This is what we need to do, this is what we did well. What if we did that? Now how much more efficient are we as we create this positive muscle memory? And that is really at the core. If we condition what we need to do, what we're doing well, we're going to accelerate our production. There's the difference between positive and negative. Is it okay to learn from mistakes? Yes. When you make a mistake, when something's wrong, that's okay. But the only point in identifying error is to try and figure out what you're going to do straight away, and be careful about the muscle memory, the intelligence you're developing. You're going to become so much more efficient and so much more productive the more black lines you get in your mind. By the way, the blue lines represent other people's ideas. We want as much black line muscle memory in our subconscious because that's what we do. And that's why positive intelligence is so valuable. Have a great day.